Yeah, good morning. Welcome to this first lecture, which is list 125. And what we'll be focusing on this morning is on Excel or a spreadsheet. So in general, we call it spreadsheet, but this is spreadsheet is implemented in various applications. For example, in Microsoft Word, Excel, in Linux, we have got what we call calc, if not mistaken. Then we have got other flavors of spreadsheet. But in our case, we'll be using Excel. Normally, most of us will use Windows operating system, and most of the applications that we use run on Windows applications. In our case, we'll be using Excel. So what is a spreadsheet? A spreadsheet is a computer application that is designed to add, display, analyze, organize, and manipulate data arranged in rows and columns. It is the most popular application for those who are into accounting. For those who are accounting are the ones who use it. Then it is used for data analysis, data analytics, as well as data presentation. So if you want to present data, for example, that I've collected from the fields or else you have collected from a certain report and so on. So you use this one to make a presentation so that the individuals who are listening, who you are sharing with them, they should have an overview on how maybe the institution is operating or how the business is going on, and many more. People across the world, they use Express to create tables for personal and business usage. You can also use the tools, features, and formulas that help you make sense of your data. For example, in Microsoft, you may track data in spreadsheet and see sums. You can add, of course. So there are a lot of functions that you can use in a Microsoft Excel or in a spreadsheet, whereby you have to add up the numbers. You have to see the differences of some values. You can do multiplication, division, and also you can fill dates automatically, among other things. So some of the examples of Microsoft Excel, or some of these examples, we have Microsoft Excel, Google Sheets, Apache OpenOffice. So Apache OpenOffice is a free, is an open source. Then we have got LibreOffice, is also an open source. For the Google Sheets, it means now you need to have an account with the Google, which is Gmail, then be able to access those cloud-based applications. So one of them is in Google Sheets. If you remember, we also have Google Docs, where you can, if you don't have any web application installed in your computer, you can take advantage of this cloud-based application. Excel offers a variety of functionalities, including Excel sheet and protect options and many more. Now in Excel has got a total of 1,048,576 rows and also 16,384 columns. So which resulting in 17,179,869,184 cells on a single page of the Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. So Excel, you can use Excel to create endless number of worksheets. For example, within the same window, you can create as many sheets as you can. So that's the advantage of that. So it helps you to have similar information organized together. So if it is information about student information, so you can have a sheet where you have a list of students. Then you can have a sheet containing information about their grades. You can also have a sheet containing information about if they have paid the fees or else they are owing the institution. You can also have information about the health of the students, so within the same file but with different sheets. Features of a spreadsheet. So a spreadsheet has got rows and columns. Yeah, so I've got rows and columns. So if you would say where where a column and a row meet, we have got what we call a cell. So this is simply this is the spreadsheet. So the image that I have used here, I think it's not the latest version, but let me show you the latest version that I have. Alright, so this is the Windows latest version of Excel. This is the Microsoft 365, but if you are using 2013 or 2016 and above, you have the same features as you see them here. Right, so we have got the Home tab. Hope we have already done this. Here we have the Home tab, we have got the Insert tab. So all these tabs will give you the tools that you can use that you can use in your documents or save information. You can use to manipulate your information. Like in the formulas, we've got all these particular formulas. We've got the auto sum. It means you have to add. So we have got the sum, we have got average, we have got count numbers, we have got max, we have got mean, and we further have more functions. For example, if, count, sin. If you have done mathematics, you understand what I'm talking about. The sum if, what is this? That is the if you want to calculate the loan payment, so it's a principal. What's this? Principal payment, which is used to calculate the payment for a loan based on constant payments and constant interest rate and so on. This is for standard deviations. All right. Okay, so this is the example of the window. You also have got the data entry that enables you maybe to enter information. For example, I may have student name here, then I may have age and so on. So now if I go to data entry to the form, what is happening? Yeah, all right. So you can enter information in a form like as if you're entering information rather than entering it here. It means now you enter information here. For example, let's say Samson, then has got 18, then you say then what next? Again, new. You see now the information has been entered in here. It makes entering information easier than using this part and then to enter the information, which becomes difficult. And also you can may end up moving your cursor and it may land on another cell, more especially if you're using a laptop, then you can replace the data which was previously entered. So I'm going to minimize this one and proceed. So this one is explanatory. So in Excel cell formatting, where we are able to format the cells, you can add color, you can change the font of the color. We can change the font of the text or the data. We can change the color of the text. We can also add borders. You can align the text like the way we do it in Word. And also we look at number formats. You can change number formats, maybe to be percentage, and so on. In spreadsheets, as I've said, we have got formulas. So this is an example of a formula. For example, sum. It means now we are adding arguments. So it could be argument 1 or argument 2. So in this case, we are referring to a range of what? This is a range. If you say arg, then colon is a range. So it is used to find the sum of all the numeric data specified in the given range of numbers. We have got the count. So this one is going to count the number of values within a row or else within a column or a range that I've specified. For this one, we have got the max. So among the values that you have within a range is going to give you the maximum value. Also the same applies to this one. Is going to give you within a range is going to give you the minimum value or minimum number. Today is going to give you the date of today. The sort is going to sort is used to find the square root of the specified cell. sorry, I said this is square root. SQRT is not sort. So this one is going to help you to find the square root of the cell. We have got the average. You understand what it means, average. So there is no need of adding all the numbers, then divide by the total number of the value that you have. In Excel has made it easier. So in this case, you simply type the average, then you have to put the range of the numbers that you want to find the average. The range of values on which you want to average is defined by D2, D6. So they are referring, for example, so they are referring to this one. We have got 2 here, right? Okay, so before I proceed, let me go back to Excel. How do we find in Excel? If you want to find the address or the position of a cell in Excel, for example, this is a cell. So to find its position, this cell is located at C1. So it is found at C. It is under the column C, and also is found on column 1, as you see it here. So that's how we identify the location of a particular value or a cell. So we call that one as a cell address. Now, this is simply name box. As you can see, the name box is indicating. The name box is indicating the address of the cell called the name box. But this one is a formula bar. You can see this one is a formula bar. So that's how we allocate. We locate cells in Excel. Let us proceed. Now in this case, we want to find the average. So if this is a formula, so the formula always begins with. Now if you want to position your average to be here, so in this case you are going to write equals. You write here, not here. So whatever you write here, it will appear in this particular formula bar. Or even if you are just writing a number, it will appear in the formula bar. So you simply write equals, then average, then you have to put the range of the number. So the range begins from D2, because this 2 is located in this cell, which its address is D2. Then we are going to put a colon. So a colon, it means now is a range of numbers. Then finally, once we put a colon, then we are going to enter the final value, the address where this one is located. So it will be D what? 7 is positioned in column number 7, and also in is positioned below number 7 and under column D. So it will be D7. So usually when we are addressing the location or the address, we are putting the address of the cell. We start with the letter, the column itself, then we end up with the number. Then finally you close with this closing closing bracket. Then you simply enter. You press the enter key, then it gives you this average. So this is the average. So you can confirm yourself. You can add these numbers and divide by the total number of these values, and it gives you 4.5. Alright. You can also create pivot table. There's also a pivot table feature in Microsoft Excel, which is so powerful in analyzing and reporting data. I think you get to know them as you go. You have to read. You should also read on your own. You find more information on the internet. Then I've got functions of the spreadsheet. So the spreadsheet has got several functions. As you can see, it's for text manipulation, provides various types of formats to manipulate the data present in it. You can also get pivot tables. So these are some of the uses of spreadsheets. We have got, it is used in the finance departments. Spreadsheets are used for financial data, like it is used for checking account information, taxes, transaction, billing, budgets, and so on. So they usually use it for budgeting, or else if they want to calculate the cost of something, they use Excel spreadsheet. A spreadsheet is used to create form templates to manage performance review, timesheets, surveys, and so on. So you can use Excel to make some forms through which maybe you can use to conduct surveys. Schools and colleges, they also use spreadsheet, whereby they can record the information of learners. So in this case, they will manage student data like attendance, grades, so on. It also provides a way of coming up with a list of items maybe that you want to buy from a grocery. It also gives you to have a list of the things that you are planning to do. You can also use spreadsheet to keep contact details of people to record that case. In hotels, they also use it to manage data of their customers or frequent customers. It enables them to analyze, to find out who is our frequent customers, and maybe by the end of the day, if they have got something to award their customers, they look at the frequent the customer who has been frequently patronizing their place. You can use it maybe to see room numbers, which room number has been checked in or checked out. You can record the check-in dates, check-out, and so on. Now, so what about on the components? Components. The spreadsheet has got several components. So these are the basic components. So as you can see, this one is also self-explanatory. I don't have to mention more about this one. Here we've got the name box as mentioned before. Here we've got the formula bar. Here we've got the quick access toolbar. And here we've got the file tab. Then here we've got the toolbar, which is the toolbar or ribbon, menu bar. So this menu bar, we have got these particular tabs. The top one is the title bar. So the title bar, it shows the title of your document. So if you save their document as the analysis, is going to indicate here as analysis. So in this case, it is indicating book 1 because it was saved like that. But first time you open Excel, it will have a default name in the title. If you have not yet saved it, then that default name will be book 1. So if you happen to open 2 documents at the same time for Excel, the other one will be book 2. So view buttons and so on. Down here we've got the we call it the leaf bar, of course. But now this is the first sheet. If you can click the plus button here, is going to add another sheet. Then that one will be sheet 2. And these sheets, once if you right click, you can rename them. For in this case, you can rename this one to be student. The other one can be renamed as grade, and so on. So this text here explains everything. So this displays title bar, as I've already mentioned. It displays toolbar, displays all the options or commands available in Excel for use. We have got the name box. It displays the address of the current or active cell. Formula bar, it is used to display the data entered by us in the active cell. Also, this bar is used to apply formulas with the data of the spreadsheet. Then number 5, when you look at the numbers, number 5, okay, anyway, it doesn't matter. Column headings, I think it's here. Where is the column headings? Yeah, so these are the column 1. Where is the column heading? Has not been labeled here. Okay, so column heading or column bar, I think so, also known as column bar. Every Excel spreadsheet contains 256 columns, and each column present in the spreadsheet is named by letters or a combination of letters. So that's it. Now, as I've said, it has got 256 columns. You may be asking yourself, so what happens if it reaches to letter Z? We know in our alphabet we have got the 26 letters. So what happens? Let me show you. So in this case we are at S. When you look at this letter, it's S. Then you can move further here. Where are we now? We are at Z. Do you see this Z? Alright, so now you see that now it will start repeating itself by 2 2 letters. So this one, it begins at A, then AB. So it will be prepended with the first letter now, which is A. Now it's AA, AB, AC, AD, until it reaches AZ. From there, now it will revert back, it will start from B. So it will be A, B, B, BC, and so on, until it has got, until we reach 256 columns. Alright, so then also I've got row headings. So every Excel spreadsheet contains 65,536 rows. So in this case, I think the number will continue. It can't stop. It will continue forever and ever until it reaches the end. So yeah, so as I'm scrolling, you can see that I'm still going, and so on. Yeah, but the numbers are there. They're always available. We don't run out of numbers. In terms of cell, so in a cell, so a cell is a place where we insert, we record the data that we want. So a cell is simply an intersection of rows and columns. So for example, we are here. This is a cell. This is the place where the column and the row meet. So this one is what? Cell. So that's where the cell and the column intersect. The same thing applies here. The same thing applies here. So on. All right. Then we've got cell referring. A cell reference, also known as cell address, is a way for describing cell on a worksheet that combines a column letter and a row letter. I've already explained that one. For example, I've got A1. Then yeah, that's it. We also have got navigation buttons. We have got sheet tabs, as mentioned here. This one is a sheet tab. Dialog box launcher. So a dialog box launcher, when you go to Excel, for example, on each and every group there is a dialog box launcher. On each and every group. For example, if I go to Home tab, I have got this group known as the clipboard group. Then I've got this group known as the font group. I have got this group known as the alignment group. So if it is a dialog box launcher, it is this thing that you see here at the bottom right corner of some of these groups. For in the font, we have got this group. So this one, if we click this one, it will take us to more functions under the font. So when I click this one, as you can see, this is the dialog box launcher, right? So let me go back. Dialog box launcher is a very little down arrow that is present in the lower right corner of a command group on the ribbon. So we call it command group. So by clicking on this arrow, we can explore more options related to the consent group. In this case, we have, so they are referring, this is the command group, command font group. This is the command dialog box launcher. So what we see here is a dialog box. So this is a launcher. Once if you click this one, it's going to launch this guy, a dialog box. Now here we can choose as many fonts as we want. This one is font style. We've got regular, italic, bold, and bold italic. Here you can have several font sizes. Underline, we know we have an underline here, but now you can choose different types of underlines. The one that we have by default, it only have a single line. So we have single line, double line, single accounting, double accounting, right? Then we can strike through, superscript, subscript. If you want superscript, just the same as you are writing a number, then you want that particular number to be the power of something, to be the power of 2. This will be a superscript. So that power, you can achieve this, you can achieve that one, writing that power using this tool here, right? So you can do as many functions as you want. We have got the field, for example, I've got the number. Yes, you can change the number type. Alignment, you can use this one to align your text. For example, you can do this if you want your text to be somehow, if you want to be vertical, horizontal, or in the middle, facing upwards or facing downwards, and so on. You can change all those things. You've got, like, you can fill this one, you can fill the background. of your text. Here it simply shows no fill. As you see here, there's nothing here that you have not filled it with any color. Border, you can also put the borders around your cell and so on. So I'm going to cancel. I'm not going to apply any effect. So that's up to you. You are going to practice. So how to create a new spreadsheet? Yeah. So yeah, let's forget about this one. I think this one is not updated. I had to click on the top left Microsoft Office button. Forget about this one. But in this case, if you have got an application like this one, you simply go to File, then in New. Under this one, you can choose this blank worksheet. Or else, if you have got a paid version of your application, and also if you are connected to the internet, so you'll be able to get some other templates. So in my case, I'm not yet connected to the internet. I would have shown you the other templates, but if you're connected to the internet, you might be able to get some free templates that you can use. Yeah, so if you don't want to use any template, you go to New, then you press this one. It gives you the new worksheet. As you can see, the title right now is book 2 because we already have another book that is opened, which is book 1. So what next? So these are the things that you can follow through, but I think I'm going to update this information that should be similar with the current version of Excel that you are using. So we have discussed all these things. You can also go to Google Sheets. Google Sheets, it explains here. You can list a lot and so on. You can also, if you want to practice more, you can also use Google Sheets if you don't have the current version of Excel, but I believe that you have. You can also take advantage of the lab that you have and so on. Alright, so this marks the end of this lecture. Thank you so much for listening.